Okay, so we were going to talk today about um, cutting people
Estrangement?
off,
Is that, yeah, cutting people
estrangement,
off.
cutting people off. So you were talking a little bit about, I'm sorry, somebody you follow on Instagram that really speaks to you. Take it away.
Mhm. Well, since we started doing our progress in our whatever it is we're doing, I don't even know. But since we started on this journey together, I've been kind of following a lot of people about, child rearing and the dynamics between parent and child. And I started following Tanya, I think it's Kazal because it's a KH and a couple of Z's. I think it's Tanya Kazal. And I came across her and she's talking about how um, a lot of people like our kids' age are cutting off their parents because of
Hmm.
the trauma that was caused by their parents in their rearing, and that it's not their fault, the parents' fault, and that it's actually more detrimental to the relationship to cut them off and never speak to them because they thought that they had been so wronged by their parents. And instead of working on the relationship, they're being counseled into cut it off. It's a toxic relationship. Don't ever deal with it again. And it's like that's one, probably not true. It's probably not a toxic relationship. And two, that it doesn't do either party any good to not work it out. And like give your parents, and I'm speaking from a parent's point of view now, I was like, give your mom a chance to make up for it. If she wronged you, let her make amends. Because she
Okay,
was doing the best she could with what she had at the time.
exactly. But exactly to that point, I think trauma has become one of those psychology flavors of the day where it's like, okay, so because everybody's like, oh, I've got PTSD. Oh, I've got the trauma. Oh, I'm vapors, right?
The vapors.
Where are my smelling salts? And
Hmm.
not to like, I certainly don't want to be disrespectful to anybody who actually has trauma. Okay,
Right.
but
Absolutely. Absolutely.
as a professional, in order to meet a diagnosis for a trauma disorder, you have to meet certain criteria. And trauma is defined as either a prolonged exposure to something like domestic violence,
Hmm.
or a single incident where you were exposed to the death of someone else, the possible death of someone else, an unwanted sexual advance. And I'm sorry, somebody grabbing your butt is not a trauma. That's a nuisance. Okay?
Yeah. That
Um,
it's
right. But everybody is defining trauma because part of how we diagnose a trauma experience is it's in there that everybody processes trauma differently, which means
hmm
it's a little bit open to interpretation. But the bottom line is you can have an experience that you don't like that is not actually a trauma. Now, it can
right.
be a traumatic experience where it caused you significant discomfort, you really didn't like it, but it was not a big enough event to like you do not now qualify for disability and post traumatic stress disorder syndrome and all of that stuff.
But doesn't that, because you had said that I mean, by no means do we want to diminish anybody's trauma, but doesn't that claiming it's trauma when it's not actually diminish trauma in somebody who actually has experienced it?
Oh, absolutely. Like the whole idea that we're going to make everything a trauma diminishes a real trauma.
Hmm.
Everything, like, are there things where places even now where I feel socially uncomfortable or awkward or absolutely. And
Yeah.
welcome to the human race. That's kind of like
Right.
what like there are experiences like, whoa, this is unique and I don't know what to do here. I'm going to do the best based on previous experiences. And
Hmm.
sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. That's not a trauma. That's not even like, I mean, literally, things that they've got listed are war events, major car accidents.
Hmm.
And when I say sexual abuse, I'm not talking like I said, somebody grabs you. I'm talking about like where you're strapped down and it's like because like, there are things that are
Well, and
actually
children do go through that. They can be
absolutely
traumatized, right? And not necessarily strapped down, but if you're trapped in a home with a parent who's doing that, where are you going to go? And so
right.
that would be traumatic, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. But the interesting thing is that some of the people that I've worked with, where those were kind of the events going on, they're the last people to cut anybody off. Okay?
Right.
The
Yeah.
ones that are cutting people off are like, like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of dealing with your judgment. Judgment, not trauma. If I don't like what you're doing and like your life choices, that's not me traumatizing you. That's me having my own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would our
Right.
relationship be better if I shut up and didn't express everything I'm feeling and thinking in those moments? Well, sure, but it goes back to you as
Well,
well.
for the one party, not for both of you.
Right, but if both parties are doing that and we have a
Mm.
difference of opinion, then that means that we're also coming into conflict resolution stuff and not necessarily, oh, I'm just going to cut you off. We're going to become estranged and I'm not going to speak to you and I'm going to tell my children you died.
Yeah, that's so sad. And then you get into the echo chamber. Yeah. Is that like the next progression is to
Exactly.
you cut
Right.
everybody off who hurt your feelings. Now you're living in an echo chamber where you're only hearing and you're not growing, you're not progressing, you're not becoming something more. It's
You're
like, what
not.
happened to our grit? Remember grit?
I remember grit. The echo chamber also, it makes it impossible to ever heal from any of this because you're
Yes.
basically, it's not just an echo chamber, you're just like smacking that hammer back and forth, wall me, wall me, wall me. And at some point you have to like put down the hammer, have like also take a good look. Does this qualify as trauma? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like I've worked with people where the trauma is so significant you want to bleed with them because it's real trauma.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And children who literally get put out on the side of the road and watch their parent drive off on a consistent basis because don't you cry around me. That's trauma. That's a level of like, ooh, that's kind of a significant abandonment problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But me disagreeing or me following through and being consistent with this is your curfew, that's not trauma.
Yeah, and that was something that this gal talks about too, is that when you've been told no, that's not traumatic. That it may cause some, I don't know, some nervousness right now, but I don't think that constitutes like clinical anxiety, if that's a thing.
It
But
is, and that's
just
not
because
it.
you get anxious about an event doesn't mean you have anxiety. Yet? No?
Exactly. You are spot
Okay.
on. There are certain situations where if you're not anxious in this situation, then we need to have another conversation because
Mm-hmm.
it's a survival instinct that's been
Right.
like years and like however many humans have existed, that's how long we've had it. You see a saber-toothed tiger walking down the street, you should be anxious.
I might be excited though. Those were like my favorite prehistoric animals.
Of course, you.
I
No, I'm
loved them.
pretty
I
sure.
wanted one. I'm sorry. Squirrel, so sorry. This was a great conversation up to there.
No, it's still great. Just for different reasons.
Yeah.
um,
So yes, a saber-toothed tiger would cause some anxiety. Yes, I should be nervous about that. You're right. Mhm.
along those lines, if you don't mind me squirreling for just a moment, the idea that that's
We're
anxiety.
so good at that.
I know we are. I like that our squirrels are on the same train. Like
Yeah.
it works, but that's not anxiety. And people like the level of psychological around or physiological arousal that happens in anxiety. Here, let me show you. I just happen to have my handy dandy emotions thermometer.
Oh, I love that stick.
I got it at the Halloween store. Anyway, um, anxiety is not its own emotion family. Fear is. Okay, so if this is the
Right.
fear family, this is
Hmm.
anxiety down here. So if you're like, oh, a saber-tooth tiger made me anxious, again, like that's down here. You should be up here. Okay, this is
Right.
terrified. This is panic.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
like okay. So
No, Kim,
some
it's not a kitty cat. Run.
right, right. But the idea that down here in this arousal level that like oh yeah these things made me so anxious again like that's not even significant enough to really elevate your temperature or I mean like so if you're getting having that much of a reaction over the word no again Like that's you're not anxiety. That's maybe fear, that's maybe anger, that's maybe other things, not
Hmm.
anxiety.
Right. Okay.
Um Back to like though cutting everybody out. 'Tis the season. And this is the season
Mhm.
where people are like, okay, stop watching Holly Hunter movies about Thanksgiving and gravy flying everywhere. Instead, sorry.
Squirrel just did it again.
Well, it's a perfect example of everything that goes wrong and how we try
Hmm.
to drag that back and like, oh, we're all going to be here together. So this is the opportunity we're going to take to air all of that. Okay, really? Is this the
Yeah.
right opportunity? Really? You
Right.
want to do it in front of everybody? Okay, no. Okay.
Well, but is that a whole nother thing where it's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm going to virtue signal to everybody. I need attention. Look at how terrible things were. Is that a thing too?
Oh,
Or part of the
absolutely.
same thing?
Absolutely. And, like we're becoming a whole society of victims where, oh, like,
Mhm.
oh, I just can't cope. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Okay, like we need maybe like define overwhelmed then because I don't think that we're all on the same page of what that actually means.
Hmm.
Like again, like where is our resilience? Where is our grit? What happened to all of those pieces of what we used to be able to do? I mean,
Yeah.
like are we
Yeah.
really that fragile?
The defeatism that's going on right now. Just like, just give up. Just don't even work on it. Doesn't even matter. The defeatist
It's
attitude right now is
the
just bonkers.
that and I'm okay. Just give me my phone, just give me my computer, my tablet, whatever. I want to have a relationship with that and not the people.
I did not coin this, but I've glommed onto it and I love it. Social autism.
Social autism?
Hmm. Yeah, looking at your screen or looking at your phone, and you can be with a ton of people around you, but you're not interacting with any of them. You're just in your own little bubble on your little device.
Right.
Nothing else.
10
I
years
see it
ago.
like out at restaurants, dinner,
Oh
kids
yeah.
at the lunch table together. It's like y'all are best friends. You haven't seen each other for 3, 4 classes, and you're not talking to each other. You're all sitting there. It's like
Yep.
that is your
The
life right now. My gosh.
10 years ago, they estimated that 1 in 4 kids 10 years ago would actually have a live relationship. Okay, that's a
Mhm.
quarter, 1 in 4. That's a quarter of our
Order.
population that would have it. That means 3/4 of them won't.
Hmm.
Okay, that was 10 years ago. All of the apps, all of the ability to be, mesmerizing and hypnotizing and basically addicted. Like that's
Hmm.
only grown. So again, like we have to have a little bit better wrap of what we're allowing our kids access to. Um,
Yeah.
and that kind of plays into what we want to talk about next week.
I was just gonna say that's yeah, segues right into that.
Right. Um, all right. So, in the meantime, as difficult as it is, I want to just remind everybody what do we want to remind everybody?
We've got a survey out that we are trying to gather empirical data, not just anecdotal information about today's parenting. That parenting is not a trend. It's not something that you watch on TikTok. It's something that you live and breathe every day and with human beings. And so we're trying to gather information on just how different parenting techniques help you. And are they helping you or are they actually creating more anxiety for the parents? So we have a short survey. It looks like it's a Godzilla kind of thing, but it's not. It only takes a couple minutes to actually do.
And we've had people test drive it, and it actually is only a couple minutes. We would love to hear. We would love to get more information. And in the meantime, again, parenting has been around a lot longer than the internet and all of these
Mm-hmm.
apps. So when in doubt, just parent.
Good
Parenting is not
advice.
parenting is not a trend.
Not a trend. Get off the TikTok. Don't talk. Talk to your
Exactly.
kids. Don't talk. Talk.
I like that. All right. Until next time, just parent.
Have a good day.
You too.